This is your weekend market review for Saturday, July 27, 2025. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and your weekend market review for Saturday, July 26, 2025. Let's get going. Next week is the mother of all weeks. Let's get ready to rumble. You've got earnings, you've got economic data, and you got the FOMC, and you have the jobs numbers. Can you not wrap it all into one and say, what the hell? It's going to be a wild week, in my opinion. Also, it's the end of the month. It's the first and last 3 business days of the month, kind of starting that whole rotation window. Window dressing. I mean, did you just hear all that? Window dressing, earnings, FOMC, economic data, jobs number. All right. Now, what do we expect for this week? Let's get into it. Again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room. Link in the description below. Again, this channel is for education only. If you decide to enter and exit any trades, please consult with your financial advisor. So starting off, big earnings week, right? Not really going to be the big ones until, in my opinion, after the close on the FOMC day on Wednesday with Meta and Microsoft. And then on Thursday, after the close, you got Apple and Amazon, MicroStrategy, and Coinbase. A lot of fun ones. Again, during the week, go check out, if you're on the Discord room, my man here, Banff, dropped some of the dropped the earnings chart. We know the data. Again, you have jobs numbers on Friday, but you also have some housing data on Tuesday. You got GDP data on Wednesday. You got the FOMC, obviously. What are they going to do? And they're not going to do anything. But again, forward guidance. Are they as too late, pal, as Trump likes to call them? What in the you know what? So be careful with all that. And then throw this out there. We are 65 consecutive closes. Was it 65 days, something like that? With tariffs imposed. Yeah, 65 close over the 20-day moving average. Have not seen that in a while for the Nasdaq. The market is in extremely overbought position. Doesn't mean it can't get more overbought, but you got to be careful, extremely careful, because again, next week is going to probably be a roller coaster of emotions potentially. So, you have questions, concerns, thoughts? Reach out, Calendly, hit me up. Take 30 minutes to chat. Would love to connect. Also, again, check out the coaching if you need help with the mindset. Again, trading is not difficult. It's the mind that makes it difficult. It's like relationships aren't hard, but traumas in the past make it difficult, right? Communication isn't hard, but we have our tongue stuck in our mouth and we can't talk because our brain is going nuts. Well, it's the same thing with trading, right? If you're ready to take the next step to figure out why you need or why you were blocked abundantly, reach out. Scorpion Alchemy. We're doing big things. Also, follow, like, subscribe on the Twitter, posting the videos on YouTube, education videos all over the YouTube and the website, tradingagent.com. Tons of resources, reading materials, not stuff. That's what a stupid word. And again, tons of information out there. Again, real estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, and you do not reach out, I will reach to the screen and slap you. Because you get 2 agents for the price of 1, and you know me, I'm going to take care of you, do the best I can, and I have the best referral network in the country. I'd love to connect you with someone who can help you find your next dream home, sell your house, or find an investment property. Let me know how I can help. All right, let's get into it. Fear and Greed Index. We're basically right between extreme fear and greed. Remember at the lows, we got to 2, right? I'm not saying that just because you're in extreme fear, you got to pull back hard or fast or big. Just keep an eye on it because it might have to be one more papadagio, right? We'll see what happens here. And we know big earnings next week. You know the economic data. We know Powell. I mean, it's a powwow of everything. So we also know, again, like I said, it's July. As of right now, there's basically a slim chance in hell that you're going to get a rate cut. As I've said on this channel, if you've been paying attention, the feds are not in the market to confuse the market by doing things that are not predictable. Right? If something is 63.3% or more, it's basically a fucking lock. Well, that's the lock. Nothing's going to happen. Let's get into it. Bitcoin, that ain't the current price. We talked about Bitcoin. You know, again, it broke out. The volume was absolute poo-poo magoo. Like nothing. Someone was doing some interesting charting work, and I know, again, I can't connect it. It doesn't really look that clean, but again, we broke out, and look at the big red bars in volume. I'm not going to say go out and short this thing, but if it breaks back below 112,000, best be nervous. That's not good. Oils we talked about, we like oil down in this yellow zone, right? I think the risk reward is pretty much locked in. Again, could be wrong, but in your stops. Natural gas, again, I've started to, again, I'm not really, what's the best way? I am shorting the KOLD. It's a decaying bearish ETF on natural gas. I think the downside risk is obviously there. I just don't know if the KOLD will rise. So taking the short on that. Not going long UNG, hate that damn product, but taking the short on the KOLD. Keep an eye on natural gas. We'll go deeper into it later on. Dollars, we talked about. Not really doing too much with it. Oversold due to bounce or due to chop. Keep an eye on. Again, no personal position in it. Again, I look for dollar volatility to precede market volatility. Same thing with the bond market. Whole lot of fudge and nothing. Again, I expect rates to go lower in time, but you're going to need to see like some economic pullback and a little bit of like money rotation, as we talked about, being the key word, rotation. The VIX, we talked about it getting the bounce during OPEX. You got it. Now we're back at 14.93. We haven't seen this low of a VIX close since, well, basically earlier in the year when everything seemed calm and collected going into the Trump stuff, right? And you went tariff crazy. We'll see. Again, not saying you got to go out and short the market or buy puts just because the VIX is low, but I'd be watching it because, again, if you're looking to unwind some positions, manage and take some profits, the VIX is giving you the exit sign or the ability to hedge. VIX seems to be bottoming. Keep an eye on it. We talk about it bottoming first. SPY guy. My guy, SPY. All right, look at this. Okie dokie. All right, take out new highs and pull back again. That's 33% off the lows in a straight line. Not to say you can't go higher later, but damn if that ain't just cooking. Now again, nothing's certain. But again, risk reward is to manage your trades, take some profits. Again, we talked about the QQQ hasn't touched the 20-day. I guess they're using EMA versus SMA, but you can. My point being, it's been a whole while. Thing has been on fire. Keep an eye on it. Again, risk reward might not be in your favor. IWM, we talk about it lagging or leading, starting to get a little sloppy choppy up here. Now again, we like small caps long term. This has been in a big ass consolidation pattern. We're chopping around. Near term, your guess is good as mine. Again, skipping the DIA, have the discipline to do it. Gold. A lot of folks want to buy gold, Fucking A. As your gold aficionado who's been trading this shit for 2 decades plus, after a huge move, do I want to play the fuck around up here? Nope. I'm buying either the breakout or a big dip. I am not playing in between. Look how painful this is. How painful could it be too? And this thing, again, this shit went nuts. Maybe it needs 6 months of consolidation. Either way, fuck around and find out, play in the middle, see what happens. It just doesn't seem like, why would you do that? Why? We like silver leading and being up, but as again, look what's going on up here. We didn't even get to the long-term upside trend line, which is a little concerning. Maybe we get there next week. Maybe the FOMC sets gold flying. I don't know. But I'm not going to try to buy it and then watch it go nowhere. Right? I need the lift off. Like the miners, okay, get over the damn highs. If it isn't ready to launch, it'll go. And then you won't even have to get. This is the thing. If you haven't been trading for a long time, chop. Remember, the market goes up a third time, down a third time, and chops a third time. After big moves up and down, you will get chop. Don't get it twisted. AEM. Again, we like AEM. It seems to be wanting to break out and then gives it right back. AG. This thing needs to be flying. Looks a little tired. Again, not to say they won't in time. Again, you might, years from now, disappear, come back, you'll be fine. But right now, I don't know. Newmont had earnings. This one finally catching up. If you zoom out on this, like Newmont is still lagging its all-time highs with gold way above highs. from 2020, whatever, 4 or what that was. 2020, no, that was 2022. Keep an eye on it, right? PAAS, we like PAAS. They're buying Mag Silver. Keep an eye on it. Chopping around at highs. Okay, let's get into tech because this is where it gets a little more interesting for the short-tastic trade. Taiwan Semi, channel high, post earnings. Okay, keep an eye on it. Again, I like the SMH short. Micron, been lagging like a mo. Back at the 50-day again. Do you want the chips or you want the inputs? I want the inputs. AM Dizzle. Holding up pretty well. We talked about this, right? Like, remember when it was down here? It was like, due to bounce. Okay, well, now where are you? You're coming back into 0.618. Again, I'm not really sure I want to pick any names. Maybe NVIDIA. But some of these semis I don't want to play with, like, directly, right? Here we go. NVIDIA is starting to chop a little bit at the highs. SMCI, again, we talked about when this broke the downtrend. Like, going higher. Okay, cool. Nice little move. Intellectual property down 9% on Friday because guess what? Intel, as we said, sucks. It's doomed to trade in this range until it doesn't. And imagine, again, we talk about chop. Imagine if you bought this a year ago. You're going, what the fuck? Because you're literally at the same price. Oops. Oops. Intellectual property. I don't know. We'll see. AVGO holding up pretty well. Credit where credit's due. SMH, and again, this is why I'd rather pick actual overall index. Starting to lag, but here we get. We talk about the 20-day. First test of the 20-day is typically a bounce. We're getting the bounce. Remember, you have some big chip names next week. See what happens. Intel crap the bed. Near term, we'll see. Adobe. Things going nowhere. I don't know what to say. I say nothing to move on. Applesauce. Talked about this. You've got to be out of your mind thinking this is going to the moon anytime soon. It is in a big monster consolidation pattern. When will that end? It's probably not going to end until you get past the seasonal tech weakness that starts showing up in July. Again, if you go check the charts, we posted this. July, August, September, typically shit for tech. Well, at the highs, going into the season, do you think it's going to pull back again? Does it have to be tomorrow or next week? No. It's coming. It's just a matter of when. But again, how deep, how big again? If you don't want to short or you don't want to take that trade, no problem. Just manage your positions. And again, Apple, you're betting on the dividend and the buyback. They have nothing at the moment worth of shit. Amazon, again, not to say it can't go higher in time. It's just let it play out. It's in a big chop zone. Bezos can't sell fast enough. Again, big chop zone, meaning like, all right, are you going to take out the highs? We'll see. But after these runs, do you want to chase them? That's the question. Meta, right? Do you want to chase this before earnings? People going, it's cup and handle. Oh, okay. Again, zoom out. This thing went from literally, what is it, October of 2022. The stock was at 85. It got up to 740. Now you want to fucking buy it? What? No. See what happens here. Not to say it can't go higher, but I mean, it's like, dude, this could end up being a monster chop range. Again, I expect money to rotate out of tech into materials in time. That's the bigger trade. CRM, we've talked about this one. Just, again, big, nothing chop channel. I mean, the 50-day breaks, or sorry, the 100-day, maybe it's got some room up to the 200. Again, that doesn't look terrible, right? Terrible. Right? Charles Barkley would say, that doesn't look terrible. I'd say it doesn't look terrible. Guggenheim. Everybody was buying calls post earnings. Now, again, not to say that Google can't go higher long term, but you see what's going on here? This is a big, choppy, sloppy zone. Google search, AI, dude, I don't even know. This is the thing you could sit here and postulate forever. Who the fuck knows? You could argue it might be a head and shoulders top. Microsoft going into earnings at the highs, ripping. Remember, we talked about Microsoft loves weak dollar. You're welcome. Could it be time for a little break? NDAQ, again, love the short on this. Actually started shorting yesterday on Friday. Here pops up on earnings. Now, again, this is what I love. You have a reference. If you're wrong, you're gone. That's simple. Makes sense up here. Again, I don't think tech is going to be trading the same amount of volumes in time. And if whatever has happened is priced in. MicroStrategy. Here we go. Bitcoin's making new all-time. MicroStrategy is still almost $145 a fucking share lower. What does that say? Is Bitcoin really going to blast off? Why is this lagging so hard? I know he's selling more shares than outstanding, but again, it's Is it staging or is it stuck? That's what's hard here. Again, we talked about buying at the 200-day. We talked about like just managing the trend, like when you got up here, pull back. All right, now what? I don't know. They got earnings on Thursday. Get out the way. So does Apple. So does Amazon. Right? Netflix. Here's one that, again, on fire forever. Now look at it. It's looking tired. Oh, Dad, I'm tired. It's Saturday night doing a recap. All right, let's see what happens here. Roblox again, pedo blocks. We talked about buying this thing at the 200-day when it was at 58. We talked about buying this in the 20s. Now it's at 118. With earnings coming up, get out the way. Be careful. Do what you got to do to manage it, right? Like, again, we'll see. Again, I just don't chase that kind of shit and get burned. All it takes is one bad piece of news, and stocks that are priced to perfection get beaten. CrowdStrike, again, we like the cybersecurity names. They've been holding up. They seem to be in an uptrend channel. Again, near term, you guess as good as mine. PNW, same kind of thing. I like the cybersecurity names. Good old Tesla flops on earnings and then it pops right back. People want to trade this. I get it. I personally, we talked about waiting for this range down here. You got the dip a couple weeks ago. Now you're in between. Again, I'd rather play the break of this downtrend or wait for the range lows. Everything in between that, you're just rolling the fucking dice and killing time. Palantir. We've talked about how you can't short the stock. It just seems to continue to go higher. I don't know what to say. Again, they seem to have everything locked down within the government, especially their contracts. Insight, again, I think this gets a buyout target. Look at it. Keep an eye on it. Again, if you bought it in the 50s, you're feeling good about it. Just chilling in the 70s. Perfect. HIMS. Again, these guys have no distinct advantage other than being first to market. Anyone can duplicate them. Be careful. Nothing to say. I'm positive about them. It's a trading stock. BABA, we talked about if you bought at 104, you got paid, you got the 100-day, you got a 20-point rise. Congrats. McDonald's, chopping it. It's not really going anywhere. Keep an eye on it. Starbucks has earnings. We talked about you could have bought this in the 70s, wrote it up. Now we get hit the 200-day, 100-day cross. You're stuck here, not going anywhere to earnings. Look at this chop since literally June 6th. It's gone absolutely nowhere. Airbnb. Again, we like Airbnb. Oh my God. Keep an eye on it. Chopping around. Nothing really to say about that. Coinbase has earnings. This thing has been on fire. We talked about that big doji last week, the week before. Probably going nowhere till earnings. DKNG again. Here comes NFL. Be watching the short this thing. Again, there's so many avenues to gamble with. So many. Keep an eye on it. Costco. Here you go. We talk about names that have big runs and go into nowhere zones, tight ranges, trading ranges. There you go. Again, does Costco, and this is what I'd be asking, if the market starts rising, if the market starts dropping, do people go back to Costco like they were doing at one time? FedEx, this has been a choppy, sloppy bastard, but it seems to be holding the moving averages and hitting our zones. It's actually playing Plinko rather well. It looks like it's 200-day bound. Keep an eye on it. XLF, it's hard to short the market if financials aren't leading down. Now, we got that doji on Thursday. We talked about keeping an eye on that in the Discord room. Now what? Again, is this a fake breakout, right? Here you go. Like you did it, and then kapow! Kelly Kapowski, right? Oh, make new highs. Then give it up. Blech. Right? Financials. Bull drop. Question mark. Again, I'm taking notes. Something you should be doing. If you're just watching this smoking a joint, you're missing out. Maybe you're enjoying the comedic part of this, but watch it and take notes at some point. Hood. We talked about this one being a beast. We own this one. Portfolios long-term at the 200-day. Congrats. Near-term, again, it was a tad overbought, you say, hey? Right? And again, doesn't mean overbought has to go down, but it usually leads to consolidation and chop at worst. JP Morgan. Keep an eye on. I mean, a lot of these names looking rather overbought. Chopping around now. Does the chop lead to flop or chop lead to pop? In my opinion, after this move, I think a chop leads more to chop, with the downside risk being more likely. Goldman Snacks holding the 20-day. Carry. I was noticing this one starting to look a little weaker. Wink, wink, butt wink, wink, wink. Hello. Carry. Right? Leading up now, starting to look rather, oh, so tired. XBI. Keep an eye on this one, right? We talked about bios being undervalued. All right, 200-day. We talked about it. It was probably going to chop. You got the chop, my homie. XHB again, housing sucks, but look what's going on here. Is this a dead cat bounce? We talked about like the market's not gonna flop if housing's holding up pretty well. Almost had forgot Mr. Jets. Check this one out, right? Just chopping around, starting to pull back. Wink, wink, wink. Keep an eye on this stuff. Let's get into some commodity names. This is where I think the money rotates. We talked about the XLB. Been a beast. Holding up pretty well, chopping around, but even this stuff looks a little tired. Dow, we like this one, but this is why we never go into earnings without hedges. Without, again, managing risk, because earnings, they cut their dividend. This thing got slammed 20%. Right back to the backside of the trend line. Looks like a double bottom. Again, Dow. Right? That looks pretty interesting. I'm not saying go out and buy it right this second, but keep an eye on it. CE. Chopping around again. Holding off the base. Caterpillar. Can't stop, won't stop. Look at this thing. That's leading up. Deer. This thing's been a boss. Nucor. Earnings coming up. Ten cuidado. But it looks good coming off the lows. N had a nice run. 22 up to 42. Right? In the last 3 months. Now it's consolidating. Cool. Vale. We like Vale. Took some profits at the channel highs. Would love to see backups. Arrow. Bought some of the 14s and started hedging again. Like, this little fucker. It might be coming back down to the 100-day. Keep an eye on it. FQVLF, right? What do we got here? Oh, old trend line. Right? I can't even zoom out that far. But here, again, we talked about this. Like over... Not that I don't like these names, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pull back. Right? Right? Don't overthink it. I like these names on pullbacks. And again, manage your positions. We talk about it's not rocket science. SCCO. We like copper. Okay, maybe it, again, I talked about it. Maybe it needs to come back down into the 80s. Okay. FCX, again, I mean, they have gold exposure. They have a lot of copper and gold and fun commodity. Okay. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with them, but I also can see if the market pulls back, everyone gets caught. URNJ, if you bought this at 11, it's at 23. Congratulations. Near term, keep an eye on it. Oklo, we've been talking about this one, trading this thing. It's a fucking lovely. Hit our upper trend line. We're gone. Now, again, not to say that it can't go higher, but man, if you bought this at 52 and you got to 76 within like 2.5 weeks and you traded this, congrats. Again, leave some shares to run. Maybe buy some calls and let it run, but near term, again, I mean, they don't make any money, but they are the future of mini nuke reactors. We'll see. CCJ, right? This one's been on fire. Earnings coming up, right? You bought it at 35. It's at 80. Congrats. CF, again, we like the ag names, right? Chopping around, consolidating, keep an eye on it, right? Same thing. Mosaic had a nice run. We talked about this at 22, got to 38. Now consolidating. NTR, right? Chopping around. They look fine. SQM, again, if you bought this one at 32, almost 2 weeks ago, welcome to the fucking low 40s. Congratulations. Now, again, you zoom out, you go, where could it come from? Where did you go? Oh my God, 100 plus. Yo. 100, yeah, not next week, but just keep an eye on it. AA, another one we talked about. I put in my notes, watch the 32 level. It's interesting, my alarms sometimes pop, they continue to pop, but we got it. And I was like, okay, take a little profit. Bought it at 28 and change. Got to 32 in a week. Market's a little tired. Again, I can always buy back. Kalu, same kind of thing, right? Like these aluminum names. Been on fire, right? You go from 45 up to 97. Again, you're not seeing this in tech. Now it's pulling back. MP, here's another one. Again, look at this shit. Goes from 1750 to 63. Now what? All right, maybe it needs to consolidate. REMX, again, if you bought this one in the 30s. High five, leave a comment below. If you want to donate to the channel, links description below. We told you these fuckers, again, materials have so much upside. Here's the thing, near term, don't be surprised they get a little tired. TMC, again, another one that basically vacuums the floor, the ocean floor bottom and pulls commodities out. Looking good. Cliff, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I love this name, I'm gonna go. Hey, just, yeah, it's clearly bottomed. Just be aware that when it's in uptrends, it can get a little choppy. Right? Like, this is the thing. You either buy and hold and don't pay attention, or if you manage it, you just say, all right, you go from 5 to 12. All right, well, now what? I don't know. Maybe it goes back to 10. Maybe it consolidates. Maybe it doesn't go shit anywhere. Maybe it does go higher, but you're at some reference spots, right? Like, look at this. Look to your left. That's what you need to know. Solar. We talked about buying solar on the dip. It's holding up. I don't really like ENPH. Sedge looks pretty solid. ENPH, I don't know why. Just delete it, Dan. Just delete it. Can't do it. Like, look at this thing. It's acting like shit. First solar we talked about, man. If you would have bought this, right? We talked about this nice. Like, dude, this thing is the trading stock. Talked about buying this on the dip. Congrats. There you go. HYG. Again, it's hard to see the market dump if corporate debt is holding up pretty well. Let's go into the oil and gas names to end it. Again, USO. I like it on dips. I would love to see it in the 70s. Low 70s. Right here, it's a little harder. UNG. Again, I think this product sucks balls. It's gotten crushed. I want to short the KOLD, which we did. We started doing in the mid 30s. Talked about this, right? Like this thing, zoom out. Like it just goes lower. Oops, sorry. All right, over time. It's just going to get beat to shit. It's probably due for a reverse split at some point. Again, let's see what happens here. Define your risk, have stops. XOP. I like oil and gas. Not until we break the damn downtrend. Again, we've talked about buying the lows. Now, sideways. Little suspect coming up. Little weakness here. Oil and gas names, right? We're cooking. Not the oil and gas, but the gas certain. Uh-oh, now you're dropping. ExxonMobil, again, earnings coming up. Do you want to jump in front of it? I don't. Keep an eye on it, right? BP, they're going to get bought out by Shell at some point. You heard it. You know it. Continues to build off the base. What price? Who knows? Occidental, Uncle Warren is not going to lose money. If anything, he'll own the whole fucking company and print money with this thing. Talk about dips you buy. Devon Energy, right? Another one that seemed to be consolidating off the lows. Apache, jump on it. Another one, keep an eye on it. Lyondell base, they got cooked with Dow Chemical, but then they bounced back pretty. I mean, but they have earnings. What's so hard is like if they didn't have earnings, bye. CYB, CVE, sorry, blah, blah, blah. Another one we like, junior gas names, EQT. I like EQT. I was telling people in the Discord room, like there's a little bit of a sneaky formation it likes to do below the 100-day. Did this last time, right? Gap. It started down, popped, chopped around. Just, I don't know, maybe it's the 200 days are coming. Last but not least, Flex LNG. Flex LNG. Again, I think we'll be natural gas exporters. I mean, remember, we have a lot of... did I forget trade deals? Like, when's the... Oh, yeah, the trade deal deadline. Why did I not say that earlier? Is August 1st. How fun is next week going to be? Are you ready mentally? Are you prepared to go do what you must do? Again, check out this recap. Take the time. Take the notes. Do yourself a favor. Don't rush through this shit. Don't tunnel vision yourself into just one name or one sector. Again, the market, like a boat. When a big boat moves, it turns slowly, right? You look for the evidence. Now, we're seeing evidence of potential chop and turn. But slowly is the key word, right? Unless something happens. And this is why the market is a probability-based game. Again, if you're sitting here selling yourself certainty, like you're always going to be right, you're certainly going to get your ass kicked. I've had my ass kicked many a times, actually. My ass is so tight from getting kicked, it's calloused, right? You learn to just, okay, it's part of the game. You get your ass kicked every once in a while, and you get back on the horse, and you go for a ride, and you figure it out. But the goal is to manage your losses, because everybody loses. It's the people who don't manage losses that get knocked out of the game. So again, if you have questions, want help, again, the goal isn't to go crazy risk too. Like that's the thing, right? How do you manage your risk? What are your time frames? How are you trading? It all matters. If you want to connect, do it. If you want to get into the coaching, I'd be honored to help you out with this. Because again, I think the people who get this shit go, oh my God, I can't believe all I was doing was making the same mistakes unconsciously over and over and over and over again. Like NASCAR, just always going left when there's like, you could have gone right, you could have gone straight, you could have actually turned around. No, they always end up doing the same loops and making mistakes. Let me help. If I can, be honored. Again, have a great weekend. See you in the Discord room. Again, if you're not in there, what are you doing? And if you are in there and you don't comment, I'm going to delete you. That's just what we do. All right, peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.